Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the replay. Those of you who will be catching this on the replay, I was not able to put a title on here. I don't know why, but welcome. My name is Carmen Andrea Harris, the creator of redefiningwidowhood.com. I was widowed at the age of 38 in 2018. Since that time, I have repurposed my pain. I'm a certified grief counselor, certified life coach, and I help other women to grieve, heal, and live again. So the purpose of this video is not going to be that long. I'm not really doing any teaching or ministering today on this video. This video, I want to tell you all about my new program, okay? I am officially launching my Grieve, Heal, Live 8-week program. Now, this 8-week program is going to be a hybrid. A hybrid is a combination of two things. It's going to be a 8-week hybrid program where you will receive grief counseling and life coaching. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of the details about the program. It is officially launching on April 2nd. That's when the program is going to start. I am now accepting applications for the program. So you can apply for the program now up until April the 1st. The program will start on April 2nd. Again, it's called the Grieve, Heal, Live 8-week hybrid program, and it's a combination of grief counseling and life coaching. So the delivery type of the program is going to be a one-to-one program, meaning if you decide to apply for the program, you're accepted. I'm going to work with you one-on-one for 8 weeks. Now, in addition to that, I'm also going to have a support and accountability group with the other women who are going through the program with me privately and individually, so you all can support one another, hold each other accountable as you go on this 8-week journey. It starts on April 2nd. You can apply now until April the 1st. I'll give you the actual link and destination where you can go and apply for it. Now, who is this program for? This program is for women who want to invest in themselves, because understand that anytime that you are investing in a course, anytime that you are investing in grief counseling or life coaching or just any type of program, you're investing in yourself, okay? Even before my husband died, I always believed in investing in myself. I first got into entrepreneurship in 2014, 2015, launched my first book. After that, I decided to go into other areas. After my husband died, less than 30 days after he died, I invested into a YouTube coach and a YouTube course. So I am an advocate of investing, and I understand that when I invest, I'm not just paying the cost of a program, I'm investing in myself. So this program is for women who want to invest in themselves. You want to invest in your journey. You want to invest in your healing. You want to invest in learning how to live again and how to move forward. And you don't want to just be trying to figure it out and stumbling in the dark, okay? This is also for women who want to work with me privately. You watch my videos, you connect with me, you know you want to work with me privately, okay? And this is also for women who want to access my personal blueprint for what I use to pick myself up from off of the floor when my husband died, to figure out my life because it was an absolute mess, and to move forward, and not just to live again, but to actually thrive again and to do something with my pain and not just let it sit and resonate and let it be like the end of my story. So it's for those of you who want to work with me in that capacity. Now I'm going to go over the curriculum briefly. It's an 8-week program. It's a 2-part program. The first part of the program, which will be weeks 1 through 4, will work on the task of mourning. In the grief community, when you're studying grief education and grief counseling and grief therapy, we talk about the task of mourning. It's called a task because it is work. A lot of you have probably avoided your grief. You've probably tucked it away and not done the task or the work or done your grief work. It can be work. A lot of times we want to avoid the work, but we have to do it. It's painful. It sucks, but you have to do it if you want to get to healing. A lot of people want to skip over grief and get to that healing part and that living part. So the first part of the program, weeks 1 through 4, we're going to go through the task of mourning. Task number 1, which we'll work on that during week 1. Task 1 of mourning is to accept the reality of the loss. There are a lot of people walking around who someone in their life very close to them died years ago, and they still have not acknowledged or accepted the reality of the loss. So week 1, we're going to work on task 1, which is to accept the reality of the loss. Week 2, we're going to work through task 2 of mourning, which is to experience the pain of the loss, okay? Week 3, we're going to go through task number 3, which is to adjust to the new environment or to adjust to a new world without the person who died, because there is some major adjusting that you have to do when you were depending on your spouse to help you with the children, to pay the majority of the bills, to pay all of the bills, which was my situation. That's a huge adjustment to wake up to the reality of, I have to take care of these children by myself and nobody's coming to save me, okay? Week number 4, we're going to work on that last task, which is task number 4, which is to reinvest in the new reality while remembering the deceased. Even though we move forward in our grief, even though we have these accomplishments, we hit these milestones, we rediscover who we are, we still want to make sure that we remember the person who died. And for those of you who are watching me, the majority of you, it was your husband. So you still want to remember and hold space for your husband and the father of your children while also moving forward into your new reality or your new season, okay? That's part number 1, where we're going to work through the task of mourning. Part number 2, which is the last 4 weeks of the program, I'm going to guide you through my signature system, which is called the Joyous Living Roadmap. I created this system about 2 years ago when I invested in myself and went through a coaching program where I was able to just put all the pieces together of what I had been through, my education, how I wanted to help other women, and just to create it into a cohesive program. So I'm going to walk you through my signature system, which is called the Joyous Living Roadmap, okay? Week number 5, we're going to talk about redefining your identity. You have to understand that you are not the same person that you were when your husband died. I'm not even the same person that I was when I first started this channel and I was deep in the throes of widowhood. I recently had to go through another redefinition process of realizing that I'm not the same new widow who was just walking out her journey raw and uncut for the world to see. I've grown, I've invested in myself, I've done some things that were terrifying to me, but I've grown and I've realized that on this journey, you're going to go through different seasons of consistently redefining your identity. I'm not a wife anymore. I wasn't a wife anymore December 16th, 2018. I'm not that same girl anymore who hit record on YouTube and just started talking about my journey because I was lost and I couldn't understand why the Lord saw fit for me to be raising my 2 daughters alone. I was 38, they were 4 and 7. I'm not that same woman anymore. I'm in a different space, okay? So I'm going to help you work on redefining your identity, help you to determine who am I now? And to help you to understand that when you do redefine your identity and you're able to say, this is who I am now, you're going to be able to be okay and embrace the fact that because I am this person now, it doesn't mean I'm going to be this same person a year from now. Week number 6, we're going to work on gaining clarity. Before my husband died, clarity was my specialty. About 3 months before he died, I created this mini coaching program called the 5-Day Clarity Challenge because I knew that I no longer had my teaching career. I knew that I still had my ambition and my drive, but I had lost myself in marriage and motherhood. And then 3 months later, my husband died. And I was like, well, I'll be doggone. Like, I really am confused now because I have this new label of widow. So I'm going to help you to gain clarity on what you want to do now. A lot of times we know what we want to do, but we're scared to say it out loud. A lot of times we have all this garbage in our head and we have the enemy talking to us. We have, little me talking to us. We have our friends and family talking to us, putting just false limitations upon us. And we have to get to a place to where we can say, hey, I've been dealing with this thought. I've been dealing with that thought. I know it's a lie from the enemy. I know it's a lie from the pits of hell. I know it's a lie from me and my past experiences. And I'm going to counteract that. So I'm going to help you to work on gaining clarity on who you are now. What do you really want? Okay. Week number 7, building resilience. We're going to build the resilience for real life for you to go after what it is that you say you want and for you to move forward, whatever that looks like for you. And then the last week of the program, which is going to be week number 8, I am going to help you to find and create a pathway for joy. Okay. When my widowed best friend died, I said I was on a journey for joyous living, because at that point I had experienced so much death and loss. I was like, I just need to find joy. Finding your joy and creating a new pathway for joy. It could be you picking up the degree program that you may have put down. It could be picking up a new hobby. It could be you creating your own community similar to Redefining Widowhood. It could be you stepping into your calling that you know God has placed upon your life. A lot of you, I'm not, ignorant of what's going on here with Redefining Widowhood. A lot of you who watch me, you were already called to ministry prior to. Some of you who watch me and feel a connection to me, you awaken to your calling in the midst of your widowhood and in the midst of watching me. That's similar to me. I realized that God had a legitimate ministry calling, like the ministry callings in the Bible, the apostle, prophet, preacher, teacher, evangelist. I realized that and awakened to that after my husband died. Okay. You can try to run from that calling, but eventually you'll have to step into it. So finding your pathway for joy, it may be surrendering and submitting to the call that the Lord has on your life. It may be you creating a brand new business. It may be you learning a new skill set, like earning passive income on the internet. I don't know what it will be for you, but that's the program in a gist. It's an 8-week program broken into 2 parts. The first part, we're going to work through the task of mourning, because I realize that a lot of people want to skip over grieving and mourning, but you can't skip that part. You can, but it'll show up in other spaces and places. It'll show up in your health. It'll show up in your mental health. It'll show up in your bloodline, because people don't understand this or know this, but a lot of times grief can be generational. I don't even have time to get into that. Okay. But I wanted to present that to you all. I am opening up the applications. The applications are open if you want to work with me in my 8-week program, my Grieve, Heal, Live program. The program starts on April the 2nd. You can apply right now up until April the 1st. There is an investment, okay? There is a cost. I'm a certified grief counselor and a certified life coach, and I have the real life experience to guide you through this thing, okay? So there is an investment. You can apply. I'm going to leave the link in the description section of the video. You can apply at bit.ly, that's bit.ly/Grieve, Heal, Live. I'm going to say it again. If you want to apply for the program, if you're ready to invest in yourself and work with me privately as I guide you through the journey of grieving, healing, and living again, you can apply at bit.ly/Grieve, Heal, Live. So if you guys have any questions, I'll kind of hang out for a few minutes to see if you have any questions about the program, about anything that I may have said in videos past, or just about anything. So I just kind of hang out for a little bit. I was supposed to launch my program a couple of years ago, actually, but now is the time. I feel the burden of the Lord to go forth in this, to present it. So I am presenting it to those of you who are ready, to those of you who know that you were supposed to work with me long ago. This is your chance. The window is open. It will be open until April the 1st. I offer payment plans. It's not a big investment, but I know that depends on the person. Okay. Something that may be expensive to one person may be cheap to another. Something that's cheap to one person may be expensive to another. When I invested in the coaching program it was in 2021, as a matter of fact, because I remember I started the program. It was a 90-day group coaching program. I started the program and my widowed best friend was alive. And by the time the program ended, she had suddenly died. But that program was in 2021. I was widowed during that time, and I invested $3,794 in that coaching program. Okay, I invested in it because I wanted to work with the husband and wife team that I was learning from. They are believers. Okay, they're believers, anointed. They have also gone on to make millions of dollars in the coaching and the speaking industry. So I saw the value of it and I invested in it. This program, the Grieve, Heal, Live program, because this is the first time I am launching it, it's not even a fraction of the cost that I have invested in myself. Not to mention the grief counseling certification and everything else that I have invested. So it's a very minimal investment is what I'm saying. And I also offer a payment plan. So for those of you who are interested, again, you can go to bit.ly/Grieve, Heal, Live, and you can apply, and I'll email you back. If I review your application and I decide that we're a good fit to work together, I'll email you back so we can get on the phone. I can connect with you, and then you can secure your seat in the program. So I don't believe you all have any questions. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I will see you on the next video. If you're catching this on the replay and you do have questions about the program, you can drop them in the comment section. So I'll put the link in the description section, and then I'll also put it in the about section, because YouTube has changed their system up. So you can't just click on the 3 dots on the video and then click on the hyperlink. It doesn't hyperlink anymore for whatever reason. So I'll put it in the about section as well. And I'll see you all on the next video. Have an amazing Friday. Peace, y'all.